All right, so welcome to the Milkroom podcast.
Thank you for having me.
So, what's your name? I didn't even get your name when you came here.
So my artist name is Natho the Lotus.
Natho the Lotus.
Yes,
How'd you come up with that? How'd you start out?
Okay, so to be real, Natho is just a derivative of like my actual name, just kind of like my nickname as like childhood growing up. Everybody always called me Natho, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Lotus, like that's just my like envisioning of like artistry or my creativity in the sense of like what the lotus like flower actually represents, right? So it's like
The Lotus is in the dirt, right? Come back. Yeah, so you rise from like the
exactly
dirt.
I was about to go with it, literally. So yeah, like such a beautiful thing can rise out of like such an ugly like scenario environment and be like a shining image around, you know. So that's kind of the thought there.
Did you grow up in like a dirt environment? Would you say, or like you went through some stuff?
Like 50-50, you know. It's like
Uh-huh.
like I can't sit here and be like, oh, my life was so harsh, but like I did go through certain hardships and certain times where like my parents didn't have certain shit, or you know, it's like I'm a very like grateful type person, you know, like I try to like really appreciate what I have had, haven't, and like you know vice versa.
No, I was curious because like I was wondering if that is that like how your music style is. I haven't heard your music yet.
Yeah,
I haven't heard your
I'm
music
excited
yet.
for you,
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna peep
sure.
your music. So.
I would say honestly, because in that sense, like through growing up, I've had a lot of like versatile experiences, like all over the place, and like I said, so from going from like having to not having, and the back and forth between, like I feel like that definitely bleeds through in my music, because it's like I try to take it everywhere, like I don't shy from like any topic. Like the homies will tell you, like I say the wild shit, but I also say like the real deep, soulful things that like people usually want.
So what's your newest project coming out? Your like newest stuff you're putting out?
Interesting enough, like I'm actually trying something new. So instead of doing like a full project or like EP or something like of those lines, which is usually what I've done, I'm actually gonna try to do like a 12-week rollout where it's just straight singles, and like I don't know, I'm still playing with the idea like either every week or every 2 weeks, but dead ass to just drop a new song, different vibe, like wherever I'm feeling or whatever, and like have it all ready type shit, and it's just you know what I'm saying, all over the place, but some of my greatest work for real. Like I'm so excited to put all this music out. Shout out my boy Nico.
Yeah. So yeah, you came in here with a whole crew. So it's like y'all
Yeah.
decided to come out here to California, and how's it been? What y'all been up to?
It's crazy. So I mean, to be honest, we just got here literally 6 a.m. Dead ass. I was up in Phoenix last night, and I was chilling with my little shorty, right? Nico calls me. He's like, "Hey, bro, you want to go to Cali?" Why not? And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, I'm always down to ride. Like, the boys know, like, anything that comes up, like, I'm with it. Let's just make the motion and make the move.
So you guys make music together? You're all solo, but you guys got some projects together.
Yeah, honestly, we're solo artists, but yeah, me and Nico have about, I want to say 3-4 songs now worked in. Mostly all singles, couple videos, but nah, we just on some dynamic duo. Whenever we link up, we just go crazy with it.
Yeah, so y'all just shot a music video. What was that about?
Yeah, this morning, for real. We, literally, it was just random vibes, but now we recorded this song like a week ago maybe, and we named it Too Tough.
Okay.
Just straight like freestyle vibes, just off top, and like we were just having fun, literally just creating something like just wavy, and like it wasn't like be too serious about it, you know, like just literally off the head. What's the first thing that came to mind type of thing, and the whole process of putting the song together was just like wavy, so that was a vibe. The song itself is like super intricate. The way that the boy mixed it, crazy. Like this dude went nuts on the mix and master. So this morning we were just like, screw it, let's go get some coffee. Out here, right, like 6 a.m. This boy drove all the way through, no sleep. Shout out Nico. But we grabbed that coffee, and then we were just down by like the little pier or whatever, or on the beach, and I was just like peeping the waves, just like looking lost. Nico's like, "Hold on, I'm gonna come up over there with you." And I was like, he brought the camera instant. He just already knew, you know what I'm saying? And then just start shooting, put the song up. It's funny because like at first I was like feeling a little shy. I'm not even gonna lie, it was crazy. It's just us out in nowhere, right? But I was like not even getting the lyrics right, but I'm just vibing, just doing it. He's like hitting the motions crazy, and it's like, hold up, like run that back, let's do it again.
You started catching the flow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That energy started flowing, and then like the next take was just like, man, like we just did something right there, you know. And it's crazy, just like a simple, just easy shot. Like we didn't have to do too much, like put crazy effort into it, and I think that's what makes it like really, you feel it. It's like organic.
Yeah, you definitely got a good team too to like roll out here in the middle of all the chaos that you probably got going on in your life, and
No,
y'all just like, all
literally.
right, we out.
Random, like no
Yeah.
idea, but it's dope. Honestly, I'm grateful for the boys because I'm like,
How'd y'all meet?
me and Nico go way back, honestly, and then he put me on with the rest of the gang with Lucas and Joey, and yeah, like it's crazy. I used to throw these crazy parties way back in the day, and
Like
in
high school, middle school?
yeah, like high school
Okay.
type shit, like literally, like as we're getting out of high school, and shit would go nuts, just ragers, like.
How is Arizona? I didn't grow up in Arizona. How's Arizona high school? You got dirt bikes, guns everywhere.
Literally, dog. You got like literally three groups out there. You got your like people who just smoke hella weed. You got your country people, and then like just all the hippie like weirdos type shit.
Okay.
Like,
So how were these parties like? They were in warehouses? Were they at houses?
Honestly, house parties usually.
Okay.
It would be dope if we even had warehouses, but that's like Tucson way too small for that.
Okay. Tucson's way too. Oh, so you guys grew up in Tucson, not Phoenix.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, now I'm like back and forth between Phoenix and there like pretty regularly.
Is the university out there? University of Arizona?
U of A.
U of A is out there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then ASU's up there in Phoenix. But yeah, no, I used to throw these crazy parties and we just would turn the fuck up, like to the point where it's like Nico was like, "What? You're like a grade under me?" Yeah. So I'd be like, "Yo, bro, you're not driving. Like, just chill out, post up. Like, we gonna kick it for the night, you know." And now ever since then, we just always just linked in, like, and it'd be like random. We just meet up places and then like just.
Were y'all like DJing there, or were they just throwing music there? Were y'all
honestly, it was
performing?
just straight party.
Just straight party,
like before the music type shit.
Oh, okay,
Crazy,
so before the music.
Like I don't think either of us like were really like professionally doing anything yet. Like I'm sure we both were starting and like our little journeys of it, but like yeah, that's what's dope is like we go like beyond this shit.
That's dope. So you're here now. So like, where are you taking your music career to? Like, where you want to? I feel like right now there's like a lot of avenues you could take, which is a blessing. More now in music than you were before. You could go independent. You can get signed to a label pretty easily. You can do really whatever you want, which is dope. You can do multiple things. You don't just have to be a music artist. You can do what other stuff. So like, yeah, where are you taking your career? Like,
that's
where you
dope that you
it?
asked that, honestly, because I feel like that's a lane that definitely needs to like be expanded more. People need to see that light more. Like you don't have to just do music, kind of. But for me personally, like I love to do a lot of shit. Like honestly, I'm a chef also.
That's dope.
I flip real estate and shit like that. So like I love doing like crypto and like learning that kind of stuff. But as far as that goes, it's like the music's the passion, right? Like that's like the fun in life. Like everything that comes from music, for the most part, is like mad enjoyable. You know, from the events to networking to performing, whatever the case, right? Tour, all that. But I feel like everything else kind of like fuels it in a way. Like every experience altogether builds it, and that's I think as an artist, like to create true, genuine art, like you gotta have all these other experiences and have other streams of income. You know, to invest in yourself, literally, and to be able to do that kind of stuff.
You know what's crazy? I was watching Lupe Fiasco teaches a class at Harvard, and I was watching this. He was talking about the writing process. It's like this hour-long lecture he gives. And this kid asks, he goes, "Do you believe in writer's block?" And Lupe Fiasco says, "No." He's like, "If you have writer's block, you need to go experience life. Because there's so much you can talk about in life." And I was like, dang. That's super impactful.
Honestly, I think that's what it is. It's like if you ever feel in that moment, it's like instead of calling it writer's block, I feel like it'd be better to be like, oh, that's a moment of like feeling complacent or like too comfortable type of thing, right? Like you need to go experience something new, literally.
Right, feel some emotion, go through some stuff, and I bet you'll be able to lay down a whole album real quick.
Real, literally. And that's what's crazy is like people don't even realize like just like an hour of like the right experience and like motion can literally do so much for your mentality and just your life, literally. Like that's wild.
That's crazy. Well, I appreciate you having us again. Shout out all your socials where we can find your latest project.
Hey, it's Natho the Lotus. Natho Lotus on all platforms. Natho Lotus 777. Yeah, you gonna find me everywhere: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Got a bunch of new tracks dropping in the next 2.5 months. So, hey, everybody tap in. Much love. Lotus life. Big shout out to Milkroom. Yeah.
Yes, sir.